We need more brutally honest anglers like Matt Adams in this industry. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Matt Adams did a recent video on Facebook about his struggles with the elites and the EQs and not his dream, but his goal to become an elite angler. Now, Matt is realistic in evaluating himself. He did not want that video to overshadow what those 10 EQ anglers did. And he watched a video of mine, contacted me, and we had an absolutely brilliant and honest conversation for, I think, 80 minutes. And in it, he talked about how there is struggles with the payouts. There's struggles with the foundation of bass fishing. And he wasn't targeting bass at all. He was targeting the community, the whole industry, on what it takes to be a pro angler and the drawbacks of being a pro angler.
There's things in my life that are taking me other directions. And at the end of the day, this industry is broken right now.
Now, Matt has been trying to qualify for elites for a couple years. He doesn't need to qualify. It isn't his dream to be a professional elite angler. It's his goal, and he wants to achieve all the goals that he puts forward. He told me that even in teaching kids and baseball and softball, that they need to have a goal and you need to be able to achieve it. And he mentioned several times that we are feeding the machine, but the machine isn't feeding back.
I got checks a lot this year. St. Lawrence and Chesapeake Bay. I got checks for $6,700. It cost me $7,800 between entries, gas, and all that.
We're putting our money in the slots, into that vending machine, and we're pushing the buttons, A10, but nothing's coming back out. He talks about, and he didn't use that exact analogy, that was mine, but he talked about the machine isn't feeding us or feeding the community of a professional bass angler. And this is a man that brought in foster kids and is a foster father who has several companies that he owns, and that the money isn't the motivation, but he wants the younger anglers to know the struggles, the truth, the real struggles of being a professional angler.
And that's why I said I'm upset, because I'm done. I'm not upset because I didn't make the Elite Series. The Elite Series was not a dream. The Elite Series was a goal. I'm upset because I didn't accomplish my goal. I'm upset when I don't accomplish goals in my whole life.
That isn't being told to most people. Matt is unapologetically honest. Period. Now, Matt wanted to just make it very clear. He wasn't mad at anyone in the video. He's mad at himself for not making or achieving his goal. But the truth is, everything that he said was brutally honest. And that sometimes making the elites or making the BPT or making the NPFL, you're hopeful that it will open more doors in sponsorships, but you have to be very realistic and realize that that doesn't always happen. And the magical dream of becoming an angler and fishing at the top level means that you must love fishing. But does fishing love you back? And Matt wants to make the sport better. That's why he was brutally honest. It wasn't, again, about BASS. It was about the tournament fishing series in general, the whole industry. And he realizes, and I think a lot of people realize, is that the sport right now is not in a good place. You can't have a tournament and spend $3,500 to be in that tournament and then get a check for $2,400. It doesn't make financial sense. And many anglers are more than willing to gamble on themselves, but to gamble to win that $100,000 or that first place prize. But realistically, you have to remember that you're competing against some of the best anglers in the world. And counting on a check to move forward is a mistake. There have been countless people countless, that have mentioned they go to a tournament, they expect to cash. But when they don't, they're not sure if they have enough money to get home. And Matt's one of those people that goes out and helps those anglers. And he loves the competition. He loves the friendships that he has with so many anglers that respect him and trust him and honor him. But there's too many people that are unwilling to tell or even share the truth about what this industry does or what this industry is doing. And he thinks there's a lot of really good people that are in this industry that have a dream, but there's too many of them that are getting taken advantage of. And in Matt's case, I asked him if he was where he was going to fish next year. And he said to me numerous times that he could not fish the EQs. And the reason behind that was he can't be hypocritical. He can't support that goal and still feel like he should be able to speak freely about what's happening. You can't feed the beast that isn't feeding you. And we talked about how there was a disconnect between anglers and sponsors, and even the organizations. And the lack of transparency in all of them is really hurting the sport. And Matt doesn't mind being the bad guy if it means it helps support the sport and makes things better. And I really respect that. I really respect that. There's too many people, and he and I talked about this in depth, there's too many people out there that are willing to throw anybody they can under the bus. It's how the industry, how you get ahead in the industry. And it's a shame that that's the way to do things. But Matt and others, like myself, want to make sure that we are very transparent in everything that we do, that we're humble, that we're honest, that we try to stay as unbiased as possible. But we do need a voice, and Matt's voice has been heard. And if you're not following on social media or YouTube or Instagram, you need to. He is part of a different generation of anglers that are willing to speak up and speak out instead of hold their voice back. And he wants change. He wants things to be right. Because anglers have built the foundation. And now a lot of those anglers are getting pushed out without anything. They've poured the path. And now the path is demolished. And as a community and as an industry, we need to look at what's going on. Why these payouts continue to why they've stayed the same for so long. Why have they not increased? If the sponsorship dollars are better, shouldn't it be passed on down to those anglers? Or where's this money going? Where are these big organizations, tournament organizations, spending all their money? Because without the anglers, we don't have tournament bass fishing. And again, I think I'm going to post some clips of Matt in here and just go over what he is. But I hope that you respect and appreciate that someone's being honest. It isn't about being mad because he didn't qualify for the elites. It isn't about that. It's about what's right. It's about what's going on in this industry. And we've had stagnant payouts for years. And we have people that think the best way to get ahead is to bash everybody. And a lot of us support those people. We shouldn't. We should not support those people. We need to have a conscience and be better, especially if you want the sport to grow and get better for our youth that want to do the same thing. And quite honestly, I want more anglers to speak out like Matt. But a lot of people think that they can't. And that's another issue that needs to be resolved. If you do it the right way, it's all right to speak out. To just get on there and bash and be hypercritical and terrible isn't the way to do it. And those people that do hear that criticism and then call others and yell and scream and everything else that you do, shame on you. You are not helping the industry. But we need to be better as a community. We also need to support the people who are standing up for others. So go check out Matt Adams. I will put links in the description for his Facebook and his Instagram. And I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, but if he does, I'll put it in there too. and let's show him the love because he is trying to better the sport. And I love that. I respect it. So thank you, Matt. Thanks for the call. I really do appreciate it. Now, hopefully you're a subscriber. But if you're not, click that like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. And if you have that hype button, do me a favor, hit that hype button, and that really promotes the channel even more. And I can't say thank you enough. Thank you very much. Thank you, Matt, for the phone call. I hope we can keep in touch. I hope I can edit some videos for you. And I wish you all the best and hope we can continue this conversation at some other time. And thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. You guys are amazing. And this is a great community. This is the best community out there, I believe. We might have a difference of opinions at times. That's perfectly fine. It's how we communicate, articulate, and try to learn from each other. So thank you. But again, if you're not a subscriber, hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Remember, take your kid fishing, tight line shears, and get your fish on.